Okay, so this is part two of our season one recap, talking about what went on behind the scenes and what we learned from these last 15, 16 weeks of the Rio Grande podcast. So enjoy part two of our recap, looking back at the Rio Grande podcast's very first season. Here we go. This is the Rio Grande podcast. Welcome home. We had a lot of fun with Ali. Actually, had a lot of fun. Probably the most fun she had was probably the alpaca episode because she spent the whole recording outside, like playing with him,
Oh, yeah.
and she got herded by some dogs. Apparently,
So Gio has these huge dogs.
I forgot what they're called.
Great
Great Pyrenees.
Pyrenees.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes. He had like 3 or 4 of them. And so he says, yeah, go and you've been here before, you know where where the public is able to go. So I went and I was like, oh, hi, alpacas. So I was scared of the geese. So I was waiting for them to go off to the pond because they were kind of biting my ankles. And so once they were gone, I'm like, ooh, I'm going to go over here. So I wanted to go to the area next to the pond where the llama was. And so I'm walking that way and all I see is this huge dog and I'm like, oh, hi. And they're all friendly. Well, he comes up to me and he's like, hey, like, what are you doing here? And so he literally booped my butt and turned me around. And then I looked down and there's 2 more on both sides and they herded me back to the lawn area.
Like, this way, human.
Yes, exactly.
That's so weird. They're so smart.
Yeah, and Giovanni gave
That's
us.
so cool.
He gifted us a little plushy alpaca, and I'm staring at it right now. We have it. By the way, Giovanni, we are gonna present it in season 2. Everyone's gonna be seeing it.
What do you mean?
Like it's gonna be in the background.
Oh, yeah. Of
Yeah.
all the stuff that
That we've accumulated over the.
gifted. That's cool.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff, man. It's really nice. The first thing that we got as a gift was from Thomas.
Oh, yeah.
He actually signed and gifted us the 2 books that he authored and co-authored, which is really cool because that hadn't even crossed my mind, like, well, maybe people will bring stuff for us to see. And well, that is not true. Javier gave us a brochure of birding at the
Oh, yeah.
library.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, Javi. That one was cool because I actually wanted to use it as a field guide, but then I was like, no, that's gonna become it's part of the history. But Thomas gave us a book called The River Runs that he authored. Allie's excited to read it because she wants now, through this experience, she wants to support local authors. She's a bookworm anyway. Yeah, she really is. And it was cool. It was cool. It was cool meeting these people. One thing that I guess we want you guys to learn, that we want to teach you guys, not that we have anything to teach, but I'll tell you, you got to fight that imposter syndrome, man, because sometimes you stop yourself. But if you got an idea, run with it. That's the story that almost everybody on the show has also told, whether on mic or off mic. Everyone had to start somewhere. And it was just weird for us, because we were just us, we're contacting people hey, do you want to be on the show? And then people were saying yes, and we're like, okay, I guess. Which is cool. I mean, it was very nice. Everyone has just been very, very nice. I think Miss Jennifer Wilson was one of the most kind-hearted people that we got to know. We've bought flowers from her several times now. We kind of wish we had met her before the wedding.
Yeah. That would have been
Yeah.
so cool. Imagine that.
I know, dude. Flowers from flower.
But yeah, like a lot of these people, for example, Nick, he said he's obviously always been into animals since he was a little kid. That's what he loved, and that's what he does now. So whatever it is that you're doing, you can keep doing it and you can make something of it. So just try not to be intimidated or try not to be put down by what people might say.
And they will say things.
Yeah, and they might have good intentions, but if you know that what you want to do, is what you want to do, then that's what you're going to do.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah, Sammy's putting a picture right
So,
now.
who wants to do it, guys? Who wants to tell everyone? You guys deserve to know what happened in one of our
This is so sad.
in the middle of our season.
Damn,
The
I'm gonna
lost
cry.
episode.
Who wants to say it, guys? Who wants to say what
I think we
happened?
can all talk about it, but now that you're putting up the picture,
deserves
like,
an
it makes me so
explanation.
sad. Like it's a picture of
Madelynn.
Madeline.
Maddie, if you're listening, we gotta tell the people what happened. First of all, guys, we know a lot of you were waiting for that episode to come on.
Oh yeah, sorry guys.
Yeah, so we apologize. We are talking about cookies for college. Hey, Maddie, by the way, we hope you're doing okay. You know, hope you're resting up. But what happened, guys?
I think this was like one of my actually might be one of like my favorite episode that we ever did.
That we ever did, but didn't.
Well, yeah, because we did it, but we didn't.
So you guys never heard the episode.
You never heard the story of
We couldn't even play it back.
Madeline. Don't call her Maddie, bro. It's Madeline.
Madeline, yeah.
She is Madeline.
I remember her mom said no nicknames.
Yeah,
or
it's
anything.
Madeline.
It's
We
Madeline.
talked about. Oh, but you guys didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Madeline Birdwell.
Cookies for college.
Cookies for college. That's a great story too. Like another one of those is like, how are you gonna support yourself on making these little cookies and stuff? But now she is doing
And now
that.
look at her.
She's gonna have a
fought
storefront. She fought all the haters. Did so much work. Sometimes I think about her and it's like, how did she do? Like
It's an inspiration.
when I'm trying to like edit the podcast and it's like I feel too tired. Then I remember her baking like I don't know how many cookies in one night. Like
Out of her
She-
home oven, guys.
yeah,
One oven.
She had like a home oven, a house oven. She was baking cookies for the entire HEB staff. Her hands, her thumbs got like
She decorated them
fatigued.
all by hand. I think she said how many? 2,400 cookies?
by herself.
how do you even do
By
that?
thousands of like as
drive.
volunteer work. Yeah, alone. I think like somebody was helping her, but they were like, nah. But she
Oh,
kept
yeah.
doing it. And I hate it because you guys, this is.
But you know what? I can kind of see where she's coming from with that, because like she's like she was saying that she's such a like a perfectionist.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I feel like that too. Like I'd rather not, like, even though I obviously need help in whatever I'm doing, I'd rather just do it myself because like I know what I'm doing and I don't
You
want
want
people.
something done right, you gotta
Yeah,
do it yourself.
so that's what she was all about, and like,
Probably the biggest inspiration.
she will be on one
has
day.
You guys are gonna hear her story.
And
She has
one
a
day,
big heart.
it's because okay, so what happened was like we bought a new SD card because I forgot. This is one of those things where it's like just you live and you learn kind of deals. Like everybody has some story like this, I guess. That's a cool picture. Everybody has a story of like mishaps or whatever, and that's what this was ours. Got a new SD card because I was on the way over here after work, and like I remember being so dead that day, and I just completely forgot to bring the SD cards to like the interview. So we used another one, a new one that we had, but we didn't format it, and
Which is my fault.
But I mean, I don't know. That's one of those things that now we know.
We didn't format any of them, actually.
Yeah, I know. But so remember, guys, format your SD cards before we ever use them,
Yeah.
because we didn't format this one, and we interviewed her and everything. But
We pressed record. We pressed stop.
yeah, and it didn't record onto the SD card. Like I remember going home. It's okay, let's edit this thing, and like it just wasn't there at all. And I was like, what the heck? And so we tried to get her back, and like just I mean, everybody has things going on, and so
we both did. We all did.
yeah. So we just weren't able to. But the thing is, we don't have the audio from like the mics, but we do have the audio from my phone because I was using my phone to record the video. So one of these days we will put out like the lost episode.
Yeah, because his phone's mic caught it.
Yeah, the mic, my phone's. I mean,
It picked it up.
It's not going to be the best audio, but one of these days we'll put that one out. Even though we're going to interview her properly and do it right,
The last
we'll
episode.
still put the. Dude, it's making me sad seeing this picture. Like,
Yeah, honestly, Madeline, it was one of the most touching conversations because
inspirational.
it was genuine, raw, just drive motive. Because the reason she started was she was selling cookies for college, like to pay for it, and she just like went at it despite people telling her. I mean, and it's like it's gonna happen. You're like, really, like you're gonna do this? Like you're gonna sell cookies? Like you're gonna sell cookies? Like with what? Like out of your mom's oven? Yes, the answer was yes, and like she just kept going, and now she's opening a storefront in Harlingen. She has this whole business model. very pleasant person. Very very likable. We actually got to her through Miss Jennifer Wilson's flower market also.
Yeah.
We found her
Um,
sister, with the stand there at the
Oh
market.
yeah.
yeah, that's how. So and that Ali and Derek have tasted the cookies. Derek doesn't remember too much though.
I just tasted like a piece. So like my dream is still to like have one.
It was, I had a cookie. It was really good. And then she started telling us about all the flavors that she's come up with and the
Oh,
seasons
yeah.
that she makes of, and now I want cookies.
Yeah, guys. So that episode did happen. You know, we weren't like leading anyone on. We recorded it. Well, I guess not. I guess we didn't.
But even after the fact, like when we told her what happened,
she was so understanding.
she had a very positive outlook on it. Because even after the session, she said that there was so much that she wished she could have said.
Yeah, like maybe it happened for a reason or what she's
Yeah.
saying.
So I think coming back, it gives also an opportunity for her to say what she didn't say.
And now there's so much more that has happened since then that it's just gonna make that interview even better. Like
It will be better.
I think yeah, maybe yeah, this is gonna be a better interview than the first one. So
Yeah, it will be. We'll
be
be
on
in
the
a better
lookout for that
spot.
one, guys. Madelynn Birdwell.
Yeah,
she was
and
also
she
the
will be
first
on.
one to use the studio lighting.
Yeah, so
Oh,
I bought
yeah.
studio lights. And it's funny because that's like with the Mercedes episode of Glamour and when we were talking about
Glitz.
pageantry and glitz, the stickers that we gave her, the podcast stickers, had arrived like 2 hours before she showed up. So I opened the bag and said, "Here." With Madelynn, they were the lights were still in the boxes when she walked in the room, and we were like, "Hey, can we put them up?" So like she was watching us set them up. Like we didn't know what we were doing, and she was just like, oh,
Like, this
watching.
is cool.
This is cool. Yeah, she was like, "This actually looks better for a picture." So it was just so cool. You're gonna hear her episode. She's like, she will be on. We'll go to her, you know. But so anyways, guys, that's what happened. That, you know, the worst thing for a podcast, you know, people say, you know, things happen to everyone, but like it had to happen to us too, and we lost the episode. But it will be back. And I have something else to say. A little confession to Ariana. Now we're switching gears to our episode about dental health. I didn't tell her this.
RGVRDH.
The RGVRDH. Ariana, I didn't
He
tell
didn't
you
brush his
this.
teeth that day.
I did brush my teeth that day. But what I
Oh.
didn't tell you, Ariana, was that I was not a flosser at all.
Didn't we tell her that already?
I didn't tell her that.
Oh.
Well, I mean, I lost that stupid flossing game that I came up with.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
I was not a flosser. Those floss picks that we had, we probably had them for a good while because I just wasn't using them. But since we talked to you, I pay attention to not brush just in circles. And
Me too.
yeah, I really do. I think she taught me like maybe the most like actual like education. Because there's so many things I didn't know, dude. Like I didn't think about, like, I didn't know you shouldn't put your toothbrushes together. No one never told me that.
Mike, have you heard that one with the teeth? No, you should listen to it.
Well, don't put him on the spot like that. Okay,
No,
Mike, have
it's
you listened to
fine.
the episode?
I know there's. I mean, you can't listen to all of them. So sometimes there's some you might miss.
Did you listen to any of them?
Yes.
You know,
Well, listen to the.
it's okay, guys.
listen
Like
to the
honestly,
RDH.
he was here for a lot of them, so like he gets a pass. And right now, Mike is a little busy in his life. with
Wait,
some
it is
stuff he's got
RDH,
going
right?
on.
RDH.
The RGV
RDH, yeah.
But yeah, bro. You're not supposed to put your toothbrushes together. You're supposed to not brush in circles.
That's
Don't
for
store them
babies.
near your toilet either.
Don't store them near your toilet. And if you're gonna flush the toilet,
Close
no,
the
when you flush the
lid.
toilet, close the lid.
That's a discussion me and you had like years ago. Like,
But for like relative to your toothbrush, because if you flush the
Well,
toilet,
it's also kind of common sense too. You don't put your toothbrush next to where bacterial water is splashing out.
yeah. So I think I learned a lot from her.
But you know what? I was seeing, or I had heard the other day too about just your toilet lid being open in general. Like if as long as you have it open,
Oh.
everything's like, you like going everywhere.
Yeah.
So make sure it's always closed.
Oh, no matter what, right?
Yeah, no matter what. Like
Why is that such like fundamental easy stuff, and it makes like, oh, like somebody had to teach us that, like close your
Yeah.
toilet bowl.
because I guess we're just in a hurry, you know.
You know, I didn't know that you weren't supposed to put like a cover on your toothbrush.
Oh, she taught us that too.
Oh yeah,
know,
bacteria.
Yeah,
It's like a biosphere.
I would have one on personally because was
Cockroaches.
in case of cockroaches.
Mhm.
You know, I don't.
Yeah.
I would hate the feeling of just having to know that there's
Crawled on
like been
it.
a cockroach on my toothbrush, and then I'm
Yeah.
brushing my, and given I do brush my toothbrush, I mean I wash I wash my toothbrush with like soap every now and again, but still, just the thought of a cockroach being on it, I can't live like that.
And she's made me want to buy like a, what are they called? The toothbrushes that go.
Oh, the electronic
brush?
ones.
Electric ones?
Electric one. Yeah, she's made me want to get one of those.
Yeah,
So-
he's been looking at them for Black Friday.
Yes, I should just buy it right now on the podcast.
Yeah. Oh, and another thing, bro.
This is
That,
for you, Ariana. I'm going to use your code too. Everybody use her code, the RGVRDH, to get a discount on burstoralcare.com.
this guy. By the way, Mike, another thing, just one more thing she taught us was that, oh no, I forgot already, because when Derek was making his commercial, oh man, she taught us something and I forgot. Dang
The
it.
flossing?
No, it's something that I had just remembered right now.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't know. It left me already.
Systemic health.
No. It was just about, dang it. Nah, I don't forget it. I do not remember.
Why don't you just buy your toothbrush already, bro? Black Friday's going to end and then you're not going to ever
That
buy.
you're an aggressive flosser?
No.
Brusher. Aggressive
I'm an
brusher.
aggressive
Oh, aggressive brusher.
Yeah,
My
that's bad, by
Yes.
the way.
Me.
That's you're
My
not supposed to.
toothbrush is like
Did you listen to that episode?
part of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that's bad if your toothbrush has its bristles all like frayed and ugly, because that's not a good sign of health.
Like
And you
I don't
change
need.
it out every 3
It's
months.
because I don't even notice that I'm brushing hard until like after a couple of months, and then it's like everything's separated, and I'm like, whoa, how did this happen? Because like it feels like I'm doing it gently, but then I guess not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, was it about the types of toothbrushes?
No. What you guys think about the bees episode?
I wanted to
I
bring
like this
that out.
honey, honestly.
The
Yeah,
honey's really good.
when you asked like everyone but me, like what lesson you got from the podcast, I was
sorry,
gonna
man.
mention that Glenn's episode. Like I didn't know, but like it makes sense what he said. Like getting local honey should be from like, I guess like your local area, not from like, say you get one from like McKinney, Texas, right? Well, that's not necessarily the Rio Grande Valley, and like it's not subject to the allergies that we might have here, whereas in McKinney it could be like something way different. So I really like thought that was like mind blowing to look for that kind of honey instead of like McKinney honey,
Yeah,
because that's what I would usually get.
Yeah, like actual truly local.
Which one is that?
No, just like where
from
it's
McKinney,
from.
Texas.
Oh, okay. Just like whatever other honey.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when he was telling us that it has to be local to provide the benefits, which the thing about that is that we didn't know that there was like actual legitimate local honey, like because I mean if you go to like box stores like HEB had that Rio Grande honey, and that's the only one that we knew about. But I hadn't heard of like babies or anything like that before we had the podcast and we were like researching, looking for guests.
I think because he sets up at the Brownsville market, right?
Yeah, I
Mhm.
think so.
And so I remembered that when we went to Brownsville a long time ago, when I took you guys and we had like BD's Pizza.
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
You
BTs.
remember we went to the market too, right? In the morning. And so
Oh yeah, dude,
And
but
there
it was real
was honey.
small.
and I got like a honey stick.
Uh-huh.
And I remember because I have a picture on a train with a honey stick like in my mouth.
Yes, the
Uh-huh.
train.
And so I'm trying, like, found the pictures of like
That day.
that day and that honey, but I don't remember like
If it was his.
if it was his or not.
Maybe. Yeah, he's talking guys about like the I think it's the Children's Museum. There's like a train that's by the zoo. There's like by 7th and Park
Yeah.
coffee shop around that area.
Right across the street.
Yeah, that's true. It might have been him. It might have been his thing. Another thing, guys, that I liked learning about the podcast through the podcast was the power of adopting an animal, and I had never ever considered fostering an animal, which one of our friends fosters kittens, but never occurred to me that it was like a necessity. Would you foster an animal, baby?
When we move to a place that allows pets, then yes.
But you would foster, not adopt. Like specifically would you foster for like a couple weeks?
Yes.
It's gotta
I
be
think
hard.
and hope I don't get attached.
My
Yeah,
goal,
that's
my goal
probably-
is that we all do like we in honor of the show, like in due diligence or whatever. We should foster at least one to not be hypocritical.
I'm gonna just want to keep.
Well, it's
it.
not hypocritical. It's just
No, but like to be in the spirit of the podcast, like
because it would be hard because then you grow attached to them and then you realize
Foster fail.
like they're not here all the
Yeah.
time and then you have to get rid of it.
foster fail. That's what Alyssa Cerrone said is the best thing that can happen when you can't let it go after you were supposed to have him for like a week, which happened to her on her very first fostering experience.
Because it makes sense.
With what's her dog's name? It was like something like peanuts or peanut butter.
Oh, pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
No, pepperoni.
Pepperoni was a foster fail.
Dang, I want pizza.
Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't get to check out their facility, or we have not yet. But yeah, would you foster, Mike, or would you be scared?
I just have too many allergies. Like I'm allergic to life, and so I don't think like it would like turn out in my favor too. I love animals, but man, my allergies are the worst. So probably not.
What about a tortoise? Would you adopt?
You
a
know,
tortoise?
I was looking at that. I was
Really?
looking at like turtles, like because I have like on Instagram, I look at a lot of videos about animals,
Uh-huh.
and then I randomly saw some about like turtles, and I was like, I've had a turtle before, and they don't like. I don't think I have allergies towards turtles, and so I was like thinking maybe I should have like a turtle in my room, but then I think of all the past animals that I've had, like fishes and hamsters, and they just die.
I think it's because you just gotta look up like how to take care of them. Because that's what happened to me. Like when I first got fish, like during pandemic, or I mean, we've always had fish growing up, but I never. I mean, I was little, so I never actually like researched how to take care of fish. So during pandemic, I got an aquarium and fish and everything, and that's when I started realizing like, whoa, there's so much more than just putting water
Putting
and like
flakes in
algae.
there.
Yeah, like. So then I really knew what it meant to like have fish. And,
You
like,
had
so
lizards
much, like,
too,
water.
right? Like little geckos or geckos.
Did you
I
say
had
little
some
geckos?
Yeah, I had some geckos too. And so recently, like I've been wanting a ball python, but there's also a lot of care that goes into it. So I don't want to just get one
Yeah.
and just do whatever and it dies. So yeah, man, just do a little bit of research and maybe you can have a turtle, man.
Yeah, just don't do a impulse buy of a
it's
pet.
because like I think I'm a bad like animal owner, honestly.
Don't say
Because-
that, man.
so
Because of
I
your
had-
fish.
No, okay.
What was his name again?
Who?
The beta you had?
Oh, Jeffrey. I had a beta fish and like he lasted what, like 2 weeks?
I don't know.
I think what happened was because I like put in tap water instead of like I think there's specialized water for beta fish that they
yes,
need.
dude. They
can't
can't
just
have the
put tap water. You
chlorine,
have to-
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then like later on that day, like he just froze.
Dang. Adiana, I bought a toothbrush right now.
Yeah. He
Dang.
bought a toothbrush for Black
The
Friday.
ProSonic toothbrush.
Yeah, it's all about that Sonic.
And this conversation cannot finish without me saying that Allie has found a love for Fork to Fit. It's another thing she discovered with the podcast. Have you found your favorite meal yet?
I don't know.
What meals have you tried?
I have tried the spicy teriyaki bowl, the honey sriracha chicken,
Sounds really good.
the chicken enchiladas,
Chicken enchiladas are super good.
creamy mushroom chicken.
She knows the names and everything.
Yeah.
The
This is off the top of her head.
the barbecue chicken with yam fries.
Dang, man, she memorized this.
The Cajun fish tacos.
Do you have like a rewards phone number that you use there now?
Yeah.
Nice.
I
So you're
do.
accumulating the points?
Yeah.
Nice.
What else have I had?
Wait, do you have the app too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else have I tried?
They have good they actually have pretty good coffee too.
I haven't had the coffee yet. But I think I am in between the barbecue chicken with yam or oh wait, I've also tried the shrimp Alfredo. But anyway, yeah, I think I'm in between the barbecue chicken with yam or the creamy mushroom chicken.
Yeah. I just want to share a fun little story that I had on a Friday. I got a spam DM from the podcast, and I was like on the podcast, like on the podcast, I got a spam DM, and I was like, oh, man, like at this point, um, people and businesses had already been regularly reaching out and contacting me to be on the show, but I had also had a few spams, and so I got this one, and I was like, oh man, okay, another spam, whatever. Next day, I saw that the most traveled man in America was coming, and I wanted him. Well, on Sunday, um, I read that article again, and I see his name, and I was like, that name sounds familiar. So I go to my spam message on my DM, and it was him. So Daniel Siddiqui had messaged me the day before I heard that he was coming, and I
What?
just ignored him because I thought so. Sorry, Daniel. I thought you were like spamming me because like your bio was like from I think like Oregon, and I was like, this guy's not even from here. Like, why would he want to be on the show? And it didn't make any sense. Uh, so it was funny because the guy that I was like, I want him, was messaging me first, but unfortunately, we didn't get to see him in person.
Okay, one thing I really want him to know is thank you so much for validating what we all think about our weather. That
Oh yeah.
that there is no heat like valley heat.
Yeah, he's been everywhere.
He has confirmed it that he said it was unlike any heat that he's ever felt.
He's been everywhere.
And he's been everywhere.
Yeah, so that's true. Very true. He like settled the debate for all of America. Valley heat. He said he had
All of
never felt
America.
anything like this before. And this guy came in October, man. He came in
That's true.
October, and
The
he said
end of October.
And he said it was nothing like anything he had ever felt before. So if all you guys out there that are having a hard time dealing with the heat, be validated. You are not weak. It is a legitimate issue that this guy, like, first thing he said was he had to mention how hot it was.
And he said he never mentions weather because he says
It's
that it's very
shallow or
superficial, but he
yeah.
said it was very necessary here.
Yeah, that was fun. And to all you guys, to all the people and businesses out there that we've contacted and that we've had conversations to be on the show, that for whatever reason it didn't get to happen, reach out to us again. If we've talked to you and we never settled on a date, reach out to us. We're still here. We want to talk to you. There are quite a few names, that come to mind. Quite a few businesses, quite a few attractions, some very big attractions. If you're listening, we still want you guys. Of course, this is only the end of season 1. And one more time, the reason why we're ending it now is because we have big dreams, big plans, big goals, big visions, and we didn't anticipate that the show would, progress at the rate that it has. The Valley has really rallied around the show, and people have been listening. So it was kind of unexpected. I mean, of course, that's what we wanted, but I guess I didn't realize that it would happen, especially with the whole interest in video and in different formats and different things, different ideas that we really have to stop and take some time to work on. We'll be working on merchandise. We'll be working on, I guess I'll just say it, getting on YouTube, which is going to be tricky, but we'll get there for you guys. Working on different projects for the show, about the show, around the show, and also we just got to wrinkle some things out so that way we can give you the best product.
Iron some things out.
Wrinkle some things out. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Iron some things out to give you guys the best product that you deserve. We really have enjoyed the feedback. Some amazing comments. How have you guys felt? Like it's nice to hear from people, right? Like,
now that season 1 is done, it's kind of like what you said earlier about, like, if you have a dream, just go ahead and start and do it, or else you never will. It's kind of what you did. It's kind of what we did. So now that we've already started, did it, and now season 1's over, like, now we can step back and be like, okay, so we started it. Like, this is what I wouldn't do now. This is what I want to do now. Like, maybe we should try this. So, like, all these different things that now are starting to come out, or now it's like, okay, now we should do this, or so it's kind of exciting because we already did that first step, whether we messed up or succeeded or whatever, who cares? Like, we already did it.
it's there. Yeah.
It's already there. Like, whether you thought it was lame, whether you liked it, like it happened already.
You just got to do it.
Yeah, so now it's like, okay, what's gonna happen for level 2? Right?
Exactly. So
So
because of that, deep in my heart, part of me feels like what's coming up is going to be the true season 1. I know it's
Okay.
not. I know it's not. I know this was season 1 and nothing can take away from it. And
Yeah.
our guests are, one of one. But
They
deep in
helped
my
it.
heart, it's like we just finally have the foundation to do what we want to do now. And we are going to need the support, guys. We have to say that. We are going to need your support because to be able to handle the things that we have in store for you guys, it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of, resources. So we do need the support of the Valley, but we have it and it is growing. And that's why, we are willing to do this. You are going to, just to put it out there, you're going to be seeing more of us now, starting, in season 2. A big reason why we did not show our face, I was going to say much, but at all. The reason why you have not seen the faces of either one of us is because I wanted to solidify in the Valley's mind the idea, the fact that this is the Valley's podcast. This podcast belongs to you. It doesn't belong to me. It belongs to us. It doesn't belong to Derek. It belongs to us. So because of that, we wanted the initial idea of the image to be 100% the guest, right? Every week it was somebody else's podcast. Every week it was your podcast. But now that that's kind of been, now that we've gotten the ball rolling, you guys have learned who we are. We are going to start showing a little bit more of us. You will be seeing our faces. If anyone's wondering what we look like, we're going to be every week we took a picture. The only person that we didn't take a picture of with is Alex from Fort to Fit, but we'll get one later. But yeah, so just to let you know, if anyone was wondering why like we never came out, that's why. We could have shown ourselves, but I don't know. I wanted to make sure that this really sent the message that this is for you guys, and it is. It's has nothing to do with us. It's not going to be defined by our preferences or what we like. There's not going to be any biases. We don't talk about, controversial subjects. It's just supposed to be, a safe, happy environment, and yeah, you'll be getting to know more about us personally, just a little bit. Definitely more than what it is now. The only time that my face came out was in Madelyn's reel, which is horrible because that episode didn't air.
Or if you remember, there was a reel we had for like a week.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you're right. Yeah, our first hangout episode we came out. I got rid of that one. It's not going to be in our Instagram. You're not going to find it. I think I archived it. But yeah, you'll be seeing more of us. You'll be hearing more of us. The next seasons will be longer.
Oh, and like I was telling you before this, like you've all heard like your favorite content creators say like, make sure you like, subscribe, like hit the notification bell. I remember when the notification bell became a thing, like I don't know, some years ago. I thought it was so annoying how everybody was saying that, like hit the notification bell and this and that. But now I see how it's important, like especially like with like I started doing that on Spotify, like with artists or whatever. And then it's cool to see like the little red notifications, like, oh, like so and so dropped a new song or a new album or whatever. And sometimes you might forget about that artist, but then once you see the notification, it reminds you like, oh yes, let me go listen to this. So the same thing with a podcast. Like if you're already following it, or if you're not, then you should, because then it'll remind you like, oh, a new episode is out. Because maybe you think to yourself, oh, I already know it's on Wednesday. But then before you know it, it's a Saturday and you're like, oh, I forgot to check the Spotify or the wherever it is you're hearing it. So yeah, like it's gonna sound very dumb saying this, but make sure you hit the notification bell because it'll help you remember. Like, and yeah, you'll be able to listen to whatever episode it is that week.
También too, like it can get lost in the ether, man. Like so many dude. Like accounts people follow,
yeah,
and then like they'll refresh and then it's gone.
Yeah,
or it just won't show up at all.
Yep, and then exactly. Like you're already like. You listen to so much stuff already that we might just get lost in everything else. So
true.
Yeah, hit the bell.
True. Yeah, and follow the show, guys, on Instagram
and repost us, guys. Show some love.
That's true.
Yeah, and you have been. You guys have been sharing stories. A lot of people like the one reel that keeps getting like reshared periodically is Glenn's the honey one, which is
Everybody likes
cool.
that
It's a really
honey.
good episode.
Everybody
man.
likes that honey, man. But yeah, guys, we've actually been growing our following like on Spotify, on Apple. So thank you for that. It really does mean a lot. We really want you guys to understand that we are very appreciative of all the support that we've garnered, undeservedly so. But just thank you, from the bottom of our hearts, like we've mentioned before. It's been a lot of fun. It's well worth the work. Derek has been up late. Man,
A
he's
lot of that is my own fault, to be honest.
no, but this show, would not have been possible without the help that he's provided. And I feel bad because like this was my idea. I didn't even know that was gonna happen. He was only supposed to edit one episode, but
I
that,
forgot about that.
yeah, like Derek was never. I never wanted to give him, and it wasn't that like I wanted it all for me. Like I just didn't want anyone to have like a load that I was like starting. Like that's not fair. But it kind of grew to be this way, and it's been a lot of fun. So yeah, sorry about that, man.
It's okay. I mean, like I said, like sometimes I should have worked on it days ahead. I mean, like days before, and then I forget, and then it's like, oh man, it's already Sunday, and it's gonna be Wednesday, so I have to hurry up and edit this.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of that is on me, and sometimes it's just accidents. Like for Nick's episode, like we recorded it on Saturday, and this whole time I thought I had the SD card. So when I thought I had time, I was like, oh, I'll edit it today. Perfect. I didn't even have the SD card. So like
Yeah.
that was a mistake there.
And we
So
have church Tuesday night, so he didn't get to work on it until after
it's
that.
just, yeah, sometimes accidents happen. But
No, you gotta be kind to yourself, man, because life
he did a good job,
happens.
right?
He was super consistent, man.
Dude.
Don't beat yourself up all the time because
No, I'm a dummy.
No, but honestly,
Dummy.
I was going to say more, and I don't know why I said dummy.
nah, man, because like I've seen you and you do a lot of work on that, and like you deserve a lot of credit for that, and try not to beat yourself up over that. Life happens. We all have things we're doing, and just relax.
Yeah,
You're
I
doing a good
slipped up
job.
a lot of words, and I
Arigato.
made a lot of stupid comments that Derek has like edited out, where you guys didn't have to hear any of that. Man, he's cut out so many, and like it's so seamless. I think maybe one time on next episode have I ever heard where the cut was made, but like you can never tell when he had to cut something out, and I've made him cut things out.
I don't
many
think it's
times.
being cut to where like it's not natural anymore. That like
Yeah,
if I cut something, it's not because I don't, like, how can I say it? Like
he's
there's
one that does
sometimes there's
that.
cough, sometimes there's mic noise, sometimes there's like you might stumble on a word a few times, and it like I could leave that in there, but it's like I want it to sound nice, so like
Yeah,
maybe I'll cut that out, so it's not taking away from like the episode. So
the story.
I don't think that it's like a
Bias,
extremely
yeah.
edited cut where like a lot of stuff was cut out. Nah.
Yeah, no, we keep it as raw as possible, but
Yeah,
like
it's
he's
still the true nature of the episode is still there.
So if you guys have ever found yourself thinking, man, this show sounds good, or like it's well produced, like all that is Derek, 100%. And the mics that
I'm not
we
a
have,
producer. If you think it sounds ugly, then again, that's me. That's also me.
and if you want to know like what equipment we use, if you want to know like we'll be transparent with you guys. Just message us. I'll tell you what I bought. I can tell you how much I spent. But yeah, if you guys want to know what it took, we're here for you guys. One thing we learned from Jennifer Wilson is to like embrace. Don't shoot everything down. Like we're gonna help you guys
Constructive
out.
criticism.
Yeah, constructive criticism. Tell us what we need to work on. And yeah, anything else you guys want to say about season 1?
I'm sure there's something, but I don't know. There's a lot.
I like to mention, like, not being a Valley native. One thing, because you ask your guests on the show all the time, what's your favorite thing about the Valley? And most, no, not, I don't want to say all of them, but the majority of them, they say the people. And I just want to attest to that, not being from here, that I don't think there's like Valley people anywhere else. Like, it's just such a community, such a home feeling. Everyone's calling you mijo.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's speaking Spanglish here. Everyone's just so kind. And like growing up and visiting my grandma here, like every other like cuantos summers, just everyone's so nice, and it really attracted me, and that's one of the reasons I've always wanted to move here to the valley.
Yeah,
So
and
that's just from a not non-native valley
yeah,
person.
and that seems to be the consensus. Like everybody has said something similar to that, and I thought it was cool how Nick said that too, about specifically about like the opening the door for someone. Like,
That they'll stay there.
yeah, like I never really thought about that. Like, because that's
Yeah.
happened to me. I've done that too, where it's like sometimes I feel bad. It's like, oh, like this guy's like kind of far away.
That happened to me today, and then you start hurrying up a little bit.
You see them hustling.
Yeah, but just the act of them opening it, like that's so nice. Like it's so weird. Like
But we don't think about it like that.
yeah,
all the
like I was
time.
at HEB today and like I had 2 things and this guy in front of me had like 10 things, but he let me go in front of him. Like, yeah, that could happen anywhere, but like I guess those are the little things that people notice about like here. So that is pretty cool.
All right, guys. So, just before we wrap things up, I also want not yet.
Okay.
I also want to say there were 2 episodes that were recorded besides Madelynn that did not ever get to air.
Really?
2 of them out there. One of them was a session we did with a couple of friends for Spanish
with,
interpreters. Another one that we
with
did.
the mortician.
uh,
I'm just kidding. That's not one.
no, another one that we did was with the owner of
Guts and
Bosky
Glory.
strings.
well, she just okay. I guess Ali put it out there.
Bosky.
Yeah, so yeah, we didn't forget about you guys, and like I said, to everyone that has
Come back,
reached out to
Bosky.
us, yeah, reach out to us. We're here. We wanna work with you guys. Our goal, one of our biggest goals, is to help businesses and people that have a story to tell, help them get their story out there. That's what we're here for. And I just have one more question for you guys.
What do you love about the Rio Grande Valley?
I want to ask you guys,
Ay.
what do you love about the Rio Grande podcast?
Oh, I knew you were
okay,
gonna
okay.
say that. I knew you were gonna say that. Hold on, there's been at least one person that does want for us to have the Where Are They Now Valley
Okay.
locals.
One of our friends wants us to look for the what did she say? John's son from the House of China.
Oh yeah, where is Johnson? That would be a cool story, bro. Honestly,
To talk to John's son
yes,
about his cholesterol-free oil.
yes, because like he had one of those stories too. He came here.
Yeah, that's
and,
true.
Like first of all, like I think that was it.
He's an
Like
immigrant.
how did
probably.
he end up here in the valley? Why not like Houston or San Antonio? So
Bigger market.
that would be a cool one to have.
Yeah,
And everybody
that's
knows
true.
that.
He stuck with the market and it embraced him.
Yep, he made Chinese food a big thing here.
All right, guys. So this is a big question for me. It's because it's something that I asked every guest, and it feels like a nice way to wrap up our season. I ask everybody this, and now I'm asking you guys. But I'm going to ask you this. What do you love about the Rio Grande podcast? Baby, you can go ahead and start first.
Okay. I love the community that it's built. Not just between like us and the guests that we've had on, because that has become a community in itself. Like you said, like Javier talked to, who was it?
Oh, no. He said that he liked learning about Zach. And
Oh, okay.
Their Far Out Records.
Yeah. So I didn't even know that until like a few minutes ago.
And did you see
So-
that Babies is now was selling at the Wild August market?
I didn't hear about that, but
Yeah.
now that's cool. So yeah, so it's created its own little community. So our guests with other guests, us with the people that we've interviewed, and
Our
like
fans now.
yeah,
I'm not gonna say fans. That's cringy. But our listeners.
yeah, between us and our listeners, those that have interacted with us, it's really cool to see how what it's created, and that we've also had friendships come out of it. Like we still see Miss Jennifer every now and then. We still talk to her. And then Ariana, I grew up with Ariana. We went to middle school and high school together, and now to see her starting her own content creation thing and coming on and doing this collaboration with us, she was our first giveaway.
Oh yeah,
So like that's cool seeing how the community is created. It's cool. I'm excited to see it grow.
What about you, bro? What do you love about the Rio Grande podcast?
this is probably the 3rd time I'll say it, but just the like how it's brought to light, like all these local people that are like just going after what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I like going to the markets and like discovering new things, new whether it's food or uh, whatever it is they're making. Like I like backing them. Um, so I guess mainly that, going out there and seeing what, like, oh, there's a market next weekend. Okay, let me go see what I can find there. And then you'll see the people you've seen already, and then you see new people, and you'll discover new things. And like, I don't know, I just like supporting local stuff.
So for me, a recurring theme that I found throughout our conversations with our guests was that you got to start somewhere. I mean, Zach and Isaac, they were selling records out of crates at pop up shops. Miss Wilson was selling roses by the stem. She was a full time teacher. She would just work on her stuff after work. Mr. Glenn, he had a whole career. He started. He was into beekeeping since he was a teenager, but for all of our guests, like they taught me that if you have something that you want to do, you just got to do it. You just got to start somewhere, get your feet off the ground, and like you don't have to know what you're doing, but like you'll figure it out along the way, and you're gonna have support. That's what I learned. You'll have support, but you have to do it. Like you got to put in that effort. You got to take a chance, and maybe one day you'll be talking about how you were able to grow and progress into the business or the person that you wanted to be. And I we're gonna take that lesson with us for this podcast, and we're gonna make sure we do everything that we can to keep it going for you guys, because we know that the Valley does deserve this platform. What about you, Mike? Anything that you've learned from the podcast?
That's not the question, was it?
Yeah, like what do you
What
like?
do you
well,
love
I
about
guess
the
what do you like about the podcast?
What do you love about the Rio Grande podcast?
The question that you ask at the end of each podcast, because then you get to, like, everyone that you have on the show is like lives here in the Valley, and so like different perspectives from why they love the Valley.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a really interesting content creation. Just to, I guess, to see and like, I guess, captivate like the audience members to see which ones relate to which ones, I guess. So that's what I like about the Rio Grande podcast.
All right, guys. Well, keep going. Keep fighting. Keep doing what you're doing. If you have a vision, work and do everything you can to make it become a reality, and just fight for it. Work for it. And we'll see you guys. We'll see you guys very soon.
Use this time to listen to ones you haven't.
Yeah, go back and if you've joined us recently, we have some awesome conversations, and there's a lot of hidden gems throughout the conversation. So you just got to listen to them. A lot of them get really good at the beginning. Some of them get really good at the end. But anyway, yeah. So thank you. We'll see you guys. We'll see you guys at the start of next season. In the meantime, not for a very long time, but we're going to be getting very busy working on what we got coming up for you. Any last things you guys want to say?
Just keep drawing, keep baking, keep playing that guitar, piano, keep singing, keep sewing. Whatever it is you're doing, just keep doing it.
Yep. And if you want to hear more about that, just play any episode and you hear that theme over and over again. So that's it, guys. Just want to let you guys know this season is now over. We'll be back soon. My name is Sam.
Derek.
Allie.
Michael.
So this is us, the Rio Grande Podcast, signing out. Thanks, guys.